Music is very much part of what is meant by India. I mean, it knows no boundaries, no religion in that sense, no divisions. It brings everybody together.
The Horniman had collected musical instruments from India since the time of the founder, Frederick Horniman. But most of the instruments that we collected from India up to the sort of early 1980s were stringed instruments, and they were also instruments that related to the two great traditions of Indian classical music, Hindustani music and Carnatic music. And we wanted to show the incredible wealth and diversity of the regional and rural traditions of India. So in the early 2000s, we were approached by the British Library Sound Archive, who suggested a joint collaborative collecting trip to India. Rolf, Killius and Utsavam were two researchers who were going to undertake this work. Travelled to Kerala initially, right in the southwest of India, also to Arunachal Pradesh, up in the Himalayas, to Assam, where they stayed on an island called Majuli, which is the largest river island in the world, in the middle of the Brahmaputra River. And they also worked with a group called the Saura, who are what's known as an Adivasi group, the indigenous inhabitants of India, who are based on the borders of Orissa and Andhra Pradesh. I myself did some work in Punjab and collected there principally because we wanted the exhibition, which was going to be the result of this incredible intensive collecting project, to have relevance to people of Indian heritage who are in the Indian diaspora community here in London and elsewhere in Britain. So this fieldwork took about four to 5 years, and they spent about 6 months in each area working with musical instrument makers, commissioning instruments from them, and making recordings for the British Library Sound Archive.
I think it's quite important that our collection is not so much collecting things and taking things away. It was much more to encourage them to reproduce them and to continue playing these instruments. We never used any guides, or we had always people from the own community we worked with, mainly musicians who helped us in collecting the instrument. Collecting means we have actually commissioned rural musical instrument makers to produce the instrument for us. So actually they are new instruments, but they are made in a completely traditional way. Some of the instrument, you can just go to the village and ask for the instrument. They will readily just give it to you for, I don't know, for a minimum of amount. But of course, we as collectors, we were quite interested not to just to take the instrument away and leave them without the instrument. So we were always asking, do you have another instrument? As collectors, we're so grateful having the support of these people, and I just would like to wish that they will be able in the future to continue their profession. I think musical instruments always should be shown in a context. First, it should show the community who are the people performing the instruments, and second, we should see how the instruments are performed, how they are played. You know, otherwise, what is a musical instrument? It's a dead object. The Horniman Museum has set up a community forum where we invited community organizations and we asked them to advise us on the display, on the musical instrument, on the culture. And actually the output that we will be able to create events, musical events, was actually from this community forum. In each event we had two stages, or we had one main stage in the center of the museum where we had performers, dancers, musicians, singers, and we had the education center where we had workshops, and we had, for instance, a bead workshop, we had a henna workshop where people can apply colors to their hands, and we had dance workshop that people can join in and learn Indian folk dances. And usually we had to tell people, we were restricted because so many people were interested in joining the workshops. I think there's such a variety of music styles on the subcontinent. When you start with Bollywood, which is basically the Indian pop music, you have the classical established systems, which many people know, represented by Ravi Shankar. And of course, you get in each and every village in India, you see a different type of music. And they are not just any musicians who occasionally play music, they are professional as well. You find in villages professional musicians, and you can sit down and listen to their music. Or you go to a temple where you listen to the bhajans, everybody can join in. And some of them are extremely talented. They are singers, just singing every day in the temple, but they're not performing on any stage. I think this is something special about Indian music. It still lives.
தன்னைகரிந்தில் பமுற வெண்ணிலாவே தன்னைகரிந்தில் பமுற வெண்ணிலாவே.
My name is Prakash, and I play most of the percussions which comes from south of India.
தன்னைகரிந்தில் பமுற வெண்ணிலாவே ஒரு தந்திரம் நீ சொல்லவே.
In Horniman Museum, you can see a lot of instruments which is being exhibited, and it's being performed just outside the hall to experience how these instruments are performed. So it's great having these two together.
வெண்ணிலாவே அங்கே நானும் வர வேண்டுகின்றேன். வெண்ணிலாவே தன்னை அறிந்தில் பமுற வெண்ணிலாவே ஒரு தந்திரம் நீ சொல்ல வேண்டும். வெண்ணிலாவே வெண்ணிலாவே வெண்ணிலாவே. சச்சிதானந்த கடலில் வெண்ணிலாவே.
A musician who was performing, he was specially a devotional singer. So there is a different type of devotional singing, and he was particularly trained in a tradition called Devaram.
ஒரு தந்திரம் நீ சொல்ல வேண்டும். வெண்ணிலாவே வெண்ணிலாவே வெண்ணிலாவே.
When we talk about the rhythm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that we call it as Aditalam, and we have got hundreds of combination, which is in 7s, which is in 9, which has got 39 beats, which has got 1008 beats, so it has got different rhythm structure.